Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I've got, very excited about this. From Harpoon Brewing Company, in collaboration with Whistle Pig, this is the Interrobang. It is a barrel-aged stout. 16% alcohol by volume. It says on the label, espresso stout, barrel-aged in rye whiskey casks from Whistle Pig. And Whistle Pig makes some really good whiskey. I don't think I've ever had their rye, but I've had bourbon from them. I thought it was top-notch. 16% alcohol. Harpoon Brewing Company, they are out of Boston, Massachusetts, and Windsor, Vermont. This was canned on, it looks like October 31st, 2022, but it is hard to, I think that's 10/21/22. That's what it looks like to me. This would age well, so it doesn't have to be super fresh anyway. But man, I have never had a beer from Harpoon this high in alcohol. I haven't really had a lot of stouts from them in general, so I'm very excited about this specialty beer from them. I think it was about $5 for the can, which, considering that this is a super high alcohol barrel aged stout, I think that if it's any good, it's going to be well worth the price. So let's go ahead and pour it up. It's actually pouring up really nice. It's not like super thick, viscous. It looks brown as I'm pouring it out. I love stouts like this that aren't too thick. The thick, syrupy stuff is really kind of, it's a one and done type of thing. This is going to be one and done because of the ABV, plus I only bought one can. But I like stouts that are a little bit more soft on the palate. They're not sticky and really lingering. And this, just based off of the pour, it kind of has that feel already. It's a nice head for a 16% beer. And it's very, very dark brown. When I hold it up to the light, I can see like little, almost like amber hues coming through on the bottom of the glass there. So right up front, I'm getting that coffee. Very roasty from the dark roasted malts, as well as that coffee. It smells like a strong, kind of like a cold brew coffee. I'm not a big coffee person, so this is kind of challenging for me to describe. You know, somebody that's a regular coffee drinker could probably give this a better description as far as the specifics of the coffee aromas. But to me, it smells like a nice, strong, black, cold brew coffee. And I'm getting a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of like a woodiness, which is probably coming from the rye barrels. It smells really good. I'm not picking up any alcohol. The barrel presence, the rye, there's nothing really that, I'm not getting any spice notes on the aroma. A lot of times with rye barrel-aged stuff, you pick up the spice notes on the palate, not so much detectable on the nose. It smells really, really good. I think maybe the vanilla is coming from the oak. Yeah, there's some nice like chocolate malt action going on with this too. It smells really, really good. I'm ready to dive in. I have a feeling this is going to be delightful. I'm going to pick up on a lot of little subtleties and tasting notes that I'm not able to decipher just based off of what I'm getting from the aroma. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Ooh. Barrel. Barrel-y, barrel. Wow. The barrel notes almost create an initial, like a Dr. Pepper type thing. The coffee's there, but it's not as pronounced as I thought it was going to be based off of what I was getting from the aroma. A little bit of Dr. Pepper thing kind of hit me and faded. I think some of that's from the vanilla and the oak. There's a little bit of a rye spice note with this. It kind of tingles the tongue and you feel it in the back of the throat. This is really nice. The body with this is really interesting because it's like medium, but it's on the lower end of medium. If you've ever had Bourbon County, it's a lot like that with the body. It's not thick and syrupy. It's smooth and easy drinking. Or, for example, New Holland Dragon's Milk. A lot of people find that that's thin body. It's probably closer to the Dragon's Milk with the body than with the Bourbon County. But I don't think that it's thin at all. It's just not heavy, thick, and syrupy, and it doesn't linger on the finish, which is, for a 16%er, for me, that's impressive. I like that. A lot of people, they would look at this and they'd be like, 16%, I want more body. I want it to be thick and viscous and syrupy and lingering. It's not any of those things. So if that's what you want for a 16% barrel-aged stout, then look elsewhere. But for somebody like me, this is perfect because you're getting all of these wonderful tasting notes. The roasted malt, that chocolate flavors coming through. Of course, the coffee's there, but it's not too heavy. There's a little bit of vanilla sweetness, even a touch of caramel in there. Some toffee, like rich toffee. It's really nice. You get the rye spice from the barrel. You get that oakiness. It's really not, it's slightly warming going down, but not 16%. Not 16%'s worth of warming effect going down. Very, very smooth and drinkable for such a high alcohol beer. I can't say enough good things about this. This one is really enjoyable. If you don't like coffee, I could see how this one, you may not be a huge fan of it because it does have a pretty strong coffee note, but it's not overpowering and it doesn't mask the barrel notes and the other flavors in the beer. It's very nicely balanced. And I like coffee. I just don't want my beer to taste like coffee and nothing else. This one definitely has beer flavor to it, stout flavor with the barrel presence and the coffee as well. I'm going to go with a 98 out of 100. This falls into the world-class range for me. It's really an enjoyable beer. If you can find it, buy it. I don't know what the 4-packs or 6-packs cost, but the single, you're looking at between $5 and $6 a can. I think it's well worth it for that price. Very smooth, easy drinking, balanced, barrel-aged stout. So that being said, 98 out of 100 for the Interrobang Espresso Stout, aged in rye whiskey barrels from Whistle Pig. Buy it, try it, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That'll do it for this beer review. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.